All of our credit cards by now. The financial guru and best-selling author has helped hundreds of thousands of people get out of debt. Now he's taking it one step further. In a special event tonight, a town hall for hope, he will answer questions from around the country. Louise Pennell is in Marietta, Georgia with a preview.
Marietta, Georgia, a Christian town of hardworking corporate folks refusing to be ruined by recession. Folks like Stephanie and Michael DeWitt, a young couple who depend on Michael's salary as a money manager to maintain their beautiful home and raise their 3 kids. But even the DeWitts are struggling.
When I go in the store, I really think through what I'm going to buy. What do the kids really need versus what I think they might want to have. Because it's very easy to go into the Target, especially if you have the children with you, to buy whatever to keep them quiet. And that's not necessarily the appropriate response.
They share a mutual life goal of giving others financial advice, much like what they've learned from Fox Business's Dave Ramsey.
Dave's message, and part of the reason we're involved with this group, is that there are things that are within our control financially. You know, how much debt do we choose to take on to buy things? How much do we choose to buy today versus saving for the future, for college or retirement or what have you? Do we have an emergency fund set aside so that when something does happen, and it will, that we're covered financially, that we can make it through?
With baby steps and an emergency fund, Dave says you don't have to let this recession affect you.
We don't look at our statements, you know. It's not going to be a loss in our statements and our stocks until we sell it, and we're not doing that right now. We're just going to leave everything as is. So we're really just not been directly impacted. The fantastic part about Dave is he's on the radio every single day and on television on Fox in the evening. So it's like having a personal trainer, a personal coach there.
Well, Town Hall for Hope will simulcast across 6,000 locations in the United States. Thomas Stabler is heading up Prattville's location tonight, and he's in the studio with me now. It's good to have you here, Thomas.
Glad to be here.
Tell us how this will work. How will people have the opportunity to take part in this simulcast?
Well, you have 2 options. The first option is there are 6,000 host locations around the United States that are actually going to be hosting this broadcast. It's going to be broadcast over the internet, streaming from Oklahoma City. Lifechurch.tv is the group that is putting this together for Dave. And that's the first option, to a host location. The second is that we're having a lot of issues with 6,000 locations trying to stream the same stream at the same time.
Okay.
So Fox Business Channel decided they were going to host it. And so it's going to be live on the Fox Business Channel for the duration of the program tonight.
So you could be at home and just tune in to the Fox Business Channel and watch this.
Correct. You
You could be at home and go on your internet. That's what you're saying as well, or you need to be at a host location for that?
You would need to be at a host location to be able to watch the internet stream. If you have the Fox Business Channel on your cable through your cable provider, you can watch it via Fox Business Channel.
Okay, and you've mentioned to me that throughout our area there are many, many locations, and we do have a list of that at our website. But give us some examples in Prattville. Where can people go to be a part of this?
Well, there are several locations actually in Prattville, one of which is the Prattville Church of Christ, which is the one that I'm heading up. And then there's another one, East Memorial Baptist Church is one of them. Several locations.
Okay.
Too many to name.
What's your suggestion for people who want to take part when they come? Can they prepare themselves for this? Come with questions in mind or in hand even?
Yes, he is going to be answering questions live throughout the broadcast. You've been able to submit questions through YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, those type of things, and he will be answering those questions. You also have the option of possibly, if we can get through, phone lines will be open where we can actually call from the host location with a question, and he will answer it live on the air.
Okay, I see. And I understand you've taken the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace Conference several times, and now you're actually teaching or heading it up.
Correct.
I've taken it as well. What is the hope that people will walk away with tonight? Is it a slightly different slant considering our economy? Because I know financial peace is all about saving and the correct way of spending and get rid of the credit cards. Is that the same message tonight, or do you think it'll go into different areas considering the state of our economy?
Well, I know that one thing he's going to be doing, he's going to start out by telling us a history of our economy and what it's gone through over the past 60 years or so, and some of the recessions that we've actually seen. And then he's going to come back and say, here's what you can do as individuals, as people of this country, to beat this recession, to get away from it. And I imagine a lot of that's probably going to go along with his teachings, where he teaches you to, not use credit cards, to not use debt, to pay cash for everything that you do, and to have at least a 6-month emergency fund. I have a feeling that's going to be really big tonight.
It sounds as though, too, to give us the history, that he's emphasizing hope. Obviously, Town Hall for Hope. Our country's been through times like this. We often hear it's the ebb and flow, but you forget that when you're in it and you're down in the lower part. You forget that we do rise again. It sounds like he does focus on that quite a bit.
That's correct. Yeah, he first mentioned that a state of fear has basically taken over this country, and fear of what we're going to do with our money, where this country is going economically. But as he's going to say, this country has been in those situations before, and we will get out of it again. Question of how long that's going to take, nobody really knows. But I imagine this is going to be a really hope-filled segment.
Okay, well, let's let everybody know Town Hall for Hope is happening in dozens of locations in our area. For a complete list, just go to WSFA.com. You can also go to townhallforhope.com. You see the address right there. And again, it's free, and you can just tune into the Fox Business Channel, you said, Thomas?
Yes,
as
Fox
well.
Business Network.
From home, if you'd like to. Thomas Stabler, we thank you.
Thank you.
Well, today is a perfect day to garden, picnic, exercise. Anything is possible with weather like this. Let's